Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
What's the matter? Take yourself a great big bite of meat. Taste the pleasure of the highest quality pork around.
But we're told that we don't like any of this because we're misogynists. We just don't like this stuff because we're women. And the only reason we're unhappy about the Ray movie coming out, because, guys, did you hear the Ray movie was canceled and uncanceled? Did you hear that?
Drew, you heard that too, right?
I did hear it.
Wait,
I did hear it.
What did I do?
You said because we're women.
We hate it because we're women.
Okay. All right. Yeah, see, now Ariel just arrived, and she's going to make sure that I remember that.
Yes, we didn't want it to come out like this, but Adam is in fact trans. He's coming out of the closet. Him and Dermy are in a relationship. It's time.
It's still there.
I didn't say that.
When Frodo destroyed the seventh Horcrux of Sauron in the Battle of Stalingrad, I literally cried. Classic Tolkien masterpiece. Also, the scene where the two Nazguls beat the fuck out of them. I'm crying. Oh, that was beautiful. The Shadow Rider. That gets a thumbs up. That was beautiful. I don't normally thumb up things like that. That's beautiful.
It's Mordor country, man.
We want to enjoy what we're looking at. We don't want sores and fat whores. Liar! No.
Let me be as clear as I can. Ain't no colors in Scandinavia.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's Mordor country, man. It's coming back. Howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the round table where we're at full strength for the moment. Get to that in a second. But it's been a weird week. But once again, the internet has provided. And oh boy, I thought it was going to be listen, I got to be honest. I tell you guys this all the time. I think every time Monday, Tuesday rolls around, I think, what the hell are we going to talk about this weekend? I have no idea. I got no thoughts on nothing. And wow, it just brings a Power trailer, Assassin's Creed, Doctor Who, and even some Star Wars stuff. We are still 2.5 weeks away from Acolyte premiere. And the stands, they have just stepped in it happily for me. And I love it. Anyway, we'll get into that. Let's go around the horn and say hi to everybody. Jed, I have seen way too much of you this weekend already.
It's been a lot. It's only just getting started, though. But I am happy to be here because I needed a little bit of a break from what I've been doing. I haven't talked about this publicly, but I just watched The Expanse for the first time. I'm getting into the books now. I'm playing Mass Effect for the first time. And I'm feeling like it's so schizophrenic at this point. I loved the first 3 seasons of The Expanse, and then it fell off a cliff. Mass Effect 1, absolutely loved it. The gameplay stuff from 2 and 3 is driving me crazy. So I'm just all over the place. It'd be nice to have fun mockery of everything going on in Hollywood right now. So I need that nice break from.
We were talking about that last night, and I'm failing to understand the problem with the gameplay in 3 because I love the gameplay in Mass Effect 3 so much. I love it, but that's a gamer nerd thing for later. That's a whole stream on its own. That's just nerding out over Mass Effect. Either way, so Dre, how are you?
What a wonderful day it is, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful day. Feels good to be back. Good to see my boy Grump back in the game. Love to see my man's there. And Jed, I didn't say this last week, which I meant to say, but I totally forgot. Congratulations on your engagement, brother.
Thank you.
I completely forgot. But this has been a good week for me. So launched a new gaming channel. Hooray. So I'm happy about that. X-Men 97 has come to a conclusion. I enjoyed the show. But there's a lot of nonsense to come. So we got plenty of things to discuss.
Yeah, and I'll give you a minute on 97 because there is a discussion there that needs to be had. And I have a couple of questions myself, having taken an overview of what happened towards the end there. And it's a weird thing. It really is a strange thing, the whole surrounding and going forward. Because but I'll say it for a minute. Dragon Lady, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's cooled down a little bit over here. It's still quite hot.
It's not hot in England. Stop lying.
Well, it is 18 degrees Celsius, I think it is today.
Again, you're talking this weird number language I don't understand.
I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit in the US, but
What'd you say it was Celsius?
She said 80 Celsius.
80?
No, 18?
18.
18. Okay. I was like, there's no way it's 80.
No, you bowling at 80.
All right, what is it? Can I make fun of her?
Very much so. It's about 65 degrees.
Oh my God! 65 degrees? That's a cool spring day.
We got a nice, wonderful day here, and that's
it's quite warm.
It's
quite warm
right
in the
now.
UK for that.
It's 70 degrees outside, and the only reason I don't have my window open is because I have a porch full of bird shit that I don't want getting in here because birds make nests. Because I live on a second floor in this complex, and it's retarded. I don't need a freaking porch. I hate porches. What's the point?
All right. For your context, Dragon Lady, right now where I'm at, it is 30 degrees Celsius. It's a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
So what is it in normal human numbers?
It's 87 where
80, I was gonna say 85. I was saying that sounds like 85.
I'm sitting at 80 right now outside.
Yeah. No,
But granted, inside it's about 88 because my computer is absolutely cooking right now.
And I gotta say, even though in the house right now it's probably about 70 or 75, considering I'm surrounded by all these electronics, it's easily 10 degrees hotter in this room all the time because I have to close the door because there are other people living here and they don't need to have all my shouting in their ears. Anyway, and unfortunately joining us for the very last time as a regular panel member, he will still come around when he can. Grump has returned. Grump, welcome back, even though this is, we haven't kicked him off the show. He doesn't have time anymore to do it. So Grump, welcome back. We're glad you can join us to officially say goodbye.
Yeah, thank you for letting me join back in. It's been a couple of months for me, but yeah, between work and second, third, fourth job, and by that I mean estate number 1, 2, and 3, I have very little time, and when I do have time, I just want to veg out and play video games. So
nothing wrong with that.
Watching, trying to keep up with the topics of stuff. I literally know virtually nothing going on in pop culture anymore.
Well,
because all I do is I just keep going and buying old stuff. I'm not watching anything new.
Well, all in all, we're happy to have you here, and I will always be thankful for you for stepping in when the show almost went under completely and helped me out way back in the beginning. So we're happy to have you here. Oh, that's good.
Steel Book Dread, dude. I saw that sucker on the shelf last one. Stuff like that.
Nice.
That's what I keep doing.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Jed, we need to do that one again because you weren't on the show when I did that one on Drive-In.
When we did Dread,
You were there, Fat?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's the first time I watched it. Yeah.
Oh, you were the guest. You were the guest. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you like this.
We should do it again anyway because it's not listed anymore. That's a thing because it was the previous version. So,
what did you just show us? Star Trek 2009, bro.
This is Star Trek complete collection. Every one of them.
Oh no, that's 1 through 10. That's including originals all the way through the TNG movies. That's all that.
Now, of course,
that's acceptable.
What I've been watching while I've been gaming has been this.
Yeah.
What do you think I've been watching right there? I've been burning through TNG 1 through 7 right now, man. I'm almost done.
Oh, shit.
Glorious.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near done. 79
Glorious.
episodes. This is back when they made a lot of episodes.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. I mean, well, I was gonna say if you showed JJ Trick, I was gonna officially kick you off then.
Yeah, no, that would be
that would
I
be
That's
don't
a
even know
fire
if I have those.
you shouldn't have.
That's a possibility because I bought a lot of stuff out of Redbox for like $2. So I've got a stack that's about 8 foot tall of Redbox purchases.
Well, if you find it, throw it out.
Well, big question, Adam. Which is the worst of the three?
I only saw the first one, so
Oh, then you saw the best one.
The third
I
one
always-
is the worst. Period.
I always classified it as if it was just a science fiction movie, it's not bad, but it's
The
not a
first
good
one's
Star Trek
second.
movie.
The third one's the worst written, but the second one does the most damage and the most disrespect.
Well, that's
it
because
brings
they
back
lied
Khan.
to us. I remember having the debates about that when it was coming out. Everybody going, "It's not going to be Khan." I kept saying, "He's going to do Khan. It's not going to be Khan. He's going to do Khan." And then he did Khan.
I think my dad would actually agree with Jed because he liked the first one. The second one was not so bad. Third film, he was a bit. But my friend went to see Star Trek Into Darkness with her dad, and by the time they got halfway through it, she was wanting to walk out.
Of course.
They did some really bad stuff. Like Khan transported from Earth to the Klingon homeworld in one go.
That's
he
impossible.
literally just transported that far.
That's not how it. Well, they already broke the rules of transporting in the first one when they had him transport off the planet to a ship in warp that had been long freaking gone. That was retarded. That was dumb. But listen,
the only thing I could give them is they put that in an alternate timeline so it doesn't affect the actual Star Trek.
That's what my dad did with that.
Unlike what they're doing with a lot of other stuff now.
That is true.
Yeah. Either way, so listen, real Star Trek. Look, we can't go down that rabbit hole. We cannot go. That is a whole nother stream. Let's like.
Yeah, I just got to where that's Star Trek right there, and that's
it ended with Enterprise.
It's
a very easy cutoff point.
It's basically like I say, so Star Trek, and then we can go down that rabbit hole. But we can't do that because that's a whole thing. But I'm sure. Listen, that's the kind of thing we do on Mullah Mondays. We will go down the Star Trek rabbit hole on that because Sammy and I can go on for hours talking about shit. So can Devil. Anyway, all right, let's get into it, guys. Let's say hail and howdy to the chat, and we will get started. Hail, Goddess Legionist, and good Sir Algam the Strong. My moms, my irregulars, here to keep the peace, and it sometimes troll me because they like it, they enjoy it. Well, Goddess enjoys it. Algam respects me, goddammit. Goddess doesn't.
Oh, the Goddess is in mine all the time too, razzing the heck out of me.
Yeah, he enjoys it. He gets off on it. Anyway, we thank you, Guppy. Hail to Ruben X. How you doing? Hail, Mob 19001. How are you? Let's see, going on down. Hail, Last Tolan. I had a dream the other night that I was watching Stargate SG-1 with some hot chick, and I was thinking to myself, man, this is the life. And then I woke up and realized that's not actually happening, and I was sad. So, I felt very sad when I woke up. I was like, wow, she's all on top of me, and we're watching SG-1 having a good time, and she's feeling randy after watching SG-1, and life is great. And then I realized that's not my life, so I feel sad now. Hail, Celestial Realms, how are you?
Adam, that's called a fever dream, bro. Drink water.
I drink. All I drink is water. All I drink. Drink anything else. Good afternoon, Kale. How are you? Hey, howdy, Grumbit. Welcome back. Hail, Frank Blazkowicz. Huzzah. Hail, son of Joxer. And anybody else just watching, not chatting, we're happy to have you here. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Hit that like button. Subscribe to everybody's channels and link below. And let's get going. Jed, we had a good time last night. I think we had a good time last night on our new semi-regular show, at least for the next 5 weeks, Doctor Who Cares Reviews, where Jed, myself, and Dermy, we try to roast it. Last night, it was an intelligent discussion, actually.
Yeah.
Over Bomb. Because
it's going to be the outlier.
Yeah, because it was Russell T. It was Russell T. Davies not writing it. It was actually Moffat writing it. It was somewhat intelligible. There was a little actual character work. And even though there was agenda, it was Stephen Moffat agenda versus Russell T. Davies agenda. Both a little wacko and nuts, but still, there was either.
It's pick your poison: anti-capitalism or uber gay. Those are your options.
Yeah, and they still kind of put the gay in there a little bit. It was still there. But if you want to watch it, check it out. It's still up. It's up on my channel, Jed's channel, and Dermy's channel. It will remain up. Enjoy it. We had a good time. I'm not sure I can get a clip video out of that because we were all over the place with that last night. We were just everywhere. There's no linear thought on how we covered it. It was just whatever jumped in our minds. It was either Shooty Gatwa literally crying 7 times in the episode while the Flavor Saver collected snot right here. It was disgusting.
Actually what we saw.
Yes. Or characters who are retarded. Literally, a little girl in that was an idiot.
A little girl finding out her dad is dead and a meat popsicle the size of my coffee mug. And then a hologram of her dead father shows her pictures of antelopes and she tries to touch it. Like, ooh, pretty antelope.
There's horrible things going on and they need to distract her. So it shows her pictures. She goes, oh, pictures. And
this probably sounds like a young child, though. Like a 5-year-old. This is like a 12 or a 13-year-old girl.
This is prepubescent, right on the border, right about to go through puberty. So and she's retarded, just dumb. It's just a whole lot of stupid shit. Misery porn death that serves nothing. And even if it had a serves nothing death into kind of storyline of war is bad, they still didn't link it up correctly.
None of it made sense.
So we went through it.
You can't forget the anti-religion aspect of it.
Yeah.
There's actually a quote from Stephen Moffat I wanted to bring up. Is that all right if we put it in here
Go
since
for
it's
it.
actually talking about the episode before we get to the viewership and the other great stuff we have coming? So this comes from an interview that Stephen Moffat did with a Hollywood Reporter, and I haven't read the whole thing. I've just seen a few snippets of it. There's one specific one I want to talk about where he's asked, so they're part of a religious army in the episode. It's kind of weird, and the doctor rants at them about how evil faith is and religion is just an excuse to be evil. It was an awful tirade. The whole message of the episode was, hey, religion is bad. Religion make capitalism bad. Capitalism make war. So faith equals war.
Wait, religion made capitalism?
There was so much nonsense with it. But one thing that the ambulances, who are kind of the villains of the episode, keep saying are thoughts and prayers. That comes up a lot. And the doctor spits it out at one point with venom. And in this interview, Stephen Moffat was asked about thoughts and prayers, why it came up so much in the episode and was so creepy. He said, yes, my hope was that if we get thoughts and prayers going as a villainous catchphrase, like exterminate, people might stop saying it. He's saying it has a bad real world connotation.
Moffat is lost, dude.
I think I brained my damage.
He is as lost as RTD, except he's a different kind of lost.
Mm-hmm.
He's a different kind of lost. They're living in the same village, but they're living in a different section of insanity. That is ridiculous.
RTD's upper class. Stephen Moffat's still white trash in this new neighborhood.
Oh my God. So this episode was a disaster in terms of overall quality. It had moments where both Jed and Dermy said, this is okay. I dislike the whole thing. But like you said, it's anti-capitalistic, anti-religious, anti-intelligence, honestly. And also the story doesn't make sense. Because, Jed, I saw a clip from Eccleston's season where it's alluded to the fact that he already destroyed.
It's true, the villain guard.
Villain guard, yeah. He had already destroyed it.
Yep, in the empty child.
Yeah, so it's kind of this is pointless. I feel like having them be the ghost villain of this, capitalism bad, it's really not good. It really wasn't good about that. It makes no sense. But that's besides the point, because nobody cares. I mean, that's why I titled the show Doctor Who Cares Reviews. We tried to predict last week where it was going to go as numbers wise. It had topped out just above the worst rated Jodie Whittaker episode, which was 23?
2.2.
2.2. Thank you.
2.2 million.
I was being generous.
That was the lowest rated in all 60 years of the show, even lower than when it was canceled in the 80s when it was only a British show.
Yep. And there are more people in the world now. And more people.
There's more people in England.
England, yes.
By a lot.
We tried to guess last week how it was going to drop. I said it was going to drop under 2 million. And last night, while Jeremy and I were playing Final Fantasy 14 on Saturday, we had this talk, and he said, no, it's going to be just above 2 million. I said, nah, it's going to drop under. Well, I hate when I have to say Jeremy was right. 2.04 million. Oof.
This new season officially has 3 out of the 4 lowest viewed episodes in the franchise's history, overnight-wise. That's abysmal. That's unforgivable. And of course, all the stands are coming out of the woodwork to say, once again, oh, the overnights don't matter. Oh, it's not the weeks that matter. People are even saying that the only numbers that matter are the 28-day numbers. I've unironically heard month numbers are the only numbers that matter. You have to compare month numbers to overnight numbers from the old show. And I just laugh at that. I laugh uncontrollably.
That's cope. That is pure cope.
They said this during the 60th anniversaries. You can't compare these numbers to anything because the landscape of streaming has changed everything. All right, we'll play by your rules. We'll compare these episodes to the 60th. They're about 6 months between them, a little bit more. You can compare those. It's the same scenario. And even the 60th anniversary was double what most of these episodes are getting. So
and
whatever copium method you use isn't enough.
And the 60th was Tenet nostalgia. That was Tenet nostalgia fueling that. We are now fully in Shooty Gatwa land, and people are tuning out. They're checking out. They're not going to come in.
They just don't want to admit to the fact that it's failing really, really badly. Even in the UK, it's failing really, really badly. Even my local TV paper has given it a 3-star rating, and that was 2-star less than what they were giving Jodie Whittaker's Doctor episodes.
But this thing, now when this started, we said by the time it's all over, it's under $1 billion.
It's next week.
Do you think it's next week?
And next week it's going to be under 2, 100%.
Because next week it's a Millie Gibson episode. There's no shooting.
Yeah, the Doctor's not really in it besides the beginning and end, I'm guessing. But
yeah.
There's some weird stuff going on with these numbers. We talked about it, I believe it was with the Christmas special of last year. They were doing some shenanigans, and even this is weird. We don't normally get the overnight numbers until a few days afterwards. Like for the 60th anniversary, we were getting them about the Wednesday after the episode drops on Saturdays. These ones were getting them just about the next day, which is really weird. And if we're playing by those numbers, we should have the consolidated by now, but we don't. So I'm wondering.
Oh, they're going to hide that shit. They're going to hide it.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do by splitting the consolidated and then the consolidated plus the screen. They're just doing whatever they can. So yeah, the screen thing is who watched iPlayer on their tablets, basically, and their phones.
And what is a watch? 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not even.
Yeah, on iPlayer. Yeah, if you're watching on the iPlayer, you look at the thumbnail and it counts you. That's all that it really takes. So and here is the on the ground true facts. This thing, I think I said it last night. I'm going to say it again. By the time it's all done, I think it's at around 500,000. By the time it's all done, I think it's going to drop that low. By the Christmas special? Oh, by 8. Ooh.
By 8.
Yeah, I that's a little too hot for my.
Hey, I got to be the hot one here. I have to be. So I think it's gonna get. It's gonna maybe not that bad in the end, but it's gonna get bad. It's gonna drop several 100,000 more viewers, and they've still got a season 2 they just finished, and they introduced the actress who's going to be the new companion, and they admitted, Jed, bring it back up. Do you saw the article because it was in that same article?
I can get it up.
Yeah, where it basically says in that interview with Moffat, they are redoing Clara. Essentially, where we're going to have Clara all over again. There it is. Got it right there. There it is. Boom. They're doing it all over again. They said, "Oh yeah, well we're just going to do it again." I was talking to RTD about what we're going to do, and she's there. We're just going to do Clara again. So it's fun, isn't it? It wakes you up. You think, there she is. No, it's lazy. It's lazy. Clara, whether you love her entire storyline or not, she had her moments, and her introduction was brilliant.
It was very strong. At least she had a cool name, like the Osmond reveal and whatnot. That was a cool tie into who she eventually became. This one, Dre. So the main companion in this season, her name is Ruby Sunday, And then the new chick that they meet, who's going to be a second companion for the next season, her name's Monday. So the Doctor makes a joke. You two girls should get married. That way you can be Monday, Sunday, and I can laugh all the time. Or Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Very dumb.
Yes. Yes. It's very dumb. And it's not going to be this character, but they're going to do, likely, her lineage. And therefore, it's Clara all over again. It's not the Impossible Girl storyline, but it's still, hey, look, we're just going to lose somebody's history. We're doing it again. They don't care. They don't care about telling quality. They don't care about telling lore. They just want to crank it out, and we get a whole nother season of this. So we could, when this season 2 is done, when we get the season 2, and I assume it's going to be next year because they finished filming it.
Yes, so that is the plan, is 2 years. They have a contract with Disney Plus for 2 years worth of stuff and 20 episodes. That includes 2 8-episode seasons, 2 Christmas specials, and they're doing an 8-episode spinoff about the Sea Devils. And that's coming out next year.
I didn't even know that one. Or if you
so yeah, Disney Plus ordered 20 episodes for 2024 and 2025, with the Church on Ruby Rose being the one that's a little bit out of that 2-year window.
Okay, I was going to ask, which is the last Christmas special count? So
it did. And the 60th might have. I don't know the count. It's like
all 20. I know is that they've got a whole nother season. This could be truly the end, because these ratings are going to tank, and we're never going to see the Disney Plus numbers. We are never going to see. They'll give us eventually some minutes viewed crap, and we all know what that is. That's crap. It's bullshit. It doesn't tell us anything.
Because we know these stands are drooling at the mouth, vomiting themselves, so they'll own the judge by watching these episodes on repeat. So minutes watched don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just put it on repeat and go to work or something. I mean,
the things these stands have been saying, like this episode from the other night, people are saying it's better than Girl in the Fireplace, and I just want to laugh.
Oh no, that's not right.
Girl in the Fireplace is one of the greatest episodes of the Tennant era. It's one of the best self-contained single episode stories.
And it's also like one of his earliest ones too, and where that's one of the ones where it really came into his own, and also where you had some fantastic writing of it's essentially another one of these. It already happened. It's done. It's over.
It was so tragic.
Yeah. That's to say they're comparable or comparable. Excuse me, comparable. That's ridiculous. And and I asked the question multiple times past several days. Do we say that RTD is a fraud at this point?
So hard to say, because he did helm some really great television back in 2005. And it's hard to take that achievement away from him. Even if he was just the one in charge, there's still some praise due to him, even if he was letting other people do the work.
If he's bastardizing his own stuff now, which we've already got evidence he's doing.
It sounded like he had a lot of oversight before and zero oversight now. So you're seeing his actual work and ideas now. Well, he had people help him fix the previous obvious.
That is a Disney thing. They will they don't care about oversight on their projects.
Which is so weird, because this season of Doctor Who has more studio oversight potential than any predecessors, because Disney, BBC, and Sony all have major investment into this season. That's 3 major studios.
Yeah. So this thing, by the end of next year, 2025, we really could be burying Doctor Who forever. Because
they're still filming season 15. Some people are saying that they're done. The last reports I heard is they're still filming, or season 2, I guess, of this. They could pull the plug. That's what I'm hoping. Is they're probably filming the Christmas special.
Oh, it would be. They get the Christmas special out, and then that's it. Because you realistically look at this, they've destroyed the lore completely. RTD has double, triple down on what Chinballs did. How many times this season have we already had Shudite, I'm alone, the last, a genocide by people gone, I'm adopted. They have completely gone.
They keep going back and forth. I'm the last of the Time Lords, but I'm not actually a Time Lord. I'm the last of the Time Lords. I'm not actually a Time Lord.
I'm a Time Lord. I'll blow this planet up because I'm genetically a bomb.
But you're not a Time Lord.
Watch the review, guys. Watch the review if you want to know about that one. But I don't think there's a way this survives. I just don't. I think it's going to be done. And then there is no coming back. There's no
Not for a
one.
long time. It needs to sit on ice for a good 20 years. I'm
and
in
even
the
then-
industry. I'll make it. I'll fix it.
I would trust you. I would trust you.
I
Because you would
worry about
say-
me not being British, but I would surround myself with British people.
But you have the intent, the proper intent, the desire.
Yeah,
And
I hire Gary as a consultant.
And you know the one rule. Peter Capaldi regenerates into somebody else, not Jodie Whittaker.
Oh, that would be my first announcement is we are refilming Peter Capaldi's regeneration scene.
Yeah, we're going to CGI it because Capaldi will be too old in 20 years. We're going to CGI it because as he does it, just do a little CGI magic and boom, somebody cool in the then and now that can do it. And hey, guess what? Everything after he regenerated didn't count. Just like one day somebody's going to say all of Disney Star Wars didn't count because that's going to happen too. Trust me.
I've actually thought about what I would do, and I thought I'd put everything that came after Peter Capaldi in the Matrix. The Master is just giggling at a keyboard, going, "Oh, this will really torture you when you come out." It's just the worst things he could come up with.
It's the same thing as when they made Capaldi go blind for 3 episodes. That was terrible. I hated that, and I was so glad they at least undid that in that moment. I'm like, "Oh, thank God!" That was being blind and having Sonic sunglasses was retarded.
It was really bad. Yeah, with the Roman mummies in space pyramids that have Latin magic.
Yeah,
it was
that's
really
a fucking rocker then, man. But it's done. It's over. I don't think it. I honestly, even if we put it on ice, you would need somebody with the balls, like Jed pointed out, to come back and properly use the term retcon and jettison everything since Moffat handed the keys over to Chin Balls. But at the moment, I don't see it happening. I think we are just going to have to enjoy what came before and mourn the loss of probably the foundation of science fiction television in entertainment. All right. So I mentioned that if there is something that will also be destroyed one day is Disney Star Wars. It's not going to happen in the moment. It's not going to happen right now.
Uh-oh.
Well,
what did he do?
That was the wrong button.
That was Disney.
I know
coming
that
in.
very well. I have done that more than once.
Same here.
Yeah,
We knew this day would come.
Yeah, we start talking about Disney stars, and they've just had enough.
I hit a button with my mouse. I hit a button. I don't know what that button does. I don't know what happened.
We know now.
Well, yeah. God damn it. Anyway.
The good thing it doesn't just auto yeet the stream when you hit that button.
Listen, we've seen Dermy do it plenty of times when he's drunk and he didn't kill the stream and kick himself out. So we know that. Anyway, my transition is ruined. So we're going to talk Disney Star Wars now. My transition was ruined. I was trying to bring it up, but the Acolyte is a couple short weeks away. And they're trying to get people excited for it. The stands are. They are literally doing the I'm running, screaming, vomiting thing. I saw it yesterday a couple times. They do that. It's that weird ass thing. And let's start with just a quick check-in on the Acolyte trailer. Still massively ratioed. 164,000 downloads, 71 upvotes, viewed 6.2 million times. Nobody wants this. But they're trying to get people excited. They're trying to get people ready. And they dropped some footage from the season this week. And it has sparked a social media debate where the stands, they are completely out of their depth when trying to just tell us about the lightsaber whip. Now, I have this muted. Doesn't matter. Here is a High Republic character who is famous for her lightsaber whip. Now, those of us who are actual real Star Wars fans, who go back, who are into, the stuff, there was a character in the 80s who was a Sith-adjacent character. Her name is Lumia. And Lumia did not have a traditional lightsaber. She had a light whip. Same movie, light whip. And while it had properties of a lightsaber, it was not a lightsaber. It wasn't ignited and then extending to whip around like an energy bolt. It was, in fact, and this is some fan art, but it is accurate. And there is a little block here because apparently it was showing a boob because she's mostly cybernetic. That's part of the thing. After her battle with Luke in the 80s, she got all fucked up. But right there, you can see it in her hand right here. There is her light whip. It is an actual whip that lights up with kyber crystal energy. It has
that actually makes sense.
Yes.
I can see physics following those lines.
Yes, it is a physical weapon first in the shape of a whip. And it gave Luke the fits where he had to then get a shotel or a short lightsaber so that he could dual wield and use one short lightsaber to guard and his regular lightsaber to attack. That's how he fought Lumia. And he won. And he does it again decades later during the Legacy arc. This is a light whip. This is a lightsaber pretending to be a whip that they created in the High Republic, thinking, oh, look, it came before in the EU, so we can rip it off, not understanding that we're making a false lore physics thing. But the stands, and this one here going, we had never been more back, and I asked the question, if you're back, if you're always here, how can you be back? I mean, you ask that question all the time. Whenever they say, we're so back, but I thought it was always successful. How can you be back if it's everybody's loving this shit?
They say the same thing with all these franchises. With Doctor Who, they always say it's great, greatest thing ever. It's never been better. And then something like this happens. It's so weird.
Yeah. So there it is. So, but the debate has started where all these little idiots, and I tired myself with a bunch of replies yesterday, going at these stands who keep saying, the light whip and the lightsaber, it existed. Why are all you chuds? Why are all you dude bros so angry? It was okay then. Why is it okay now? You just want to hate. No, there's the difference, and I just explained it. One is a legitimate thing. One isn't. We're not angry because there's a lightsaber whip. We're angry that you've abused the idea of a light whip and made up something that doesn't exist to suit your weird fantasies. But it evolves even faster because you have this one right here. Wild how dude bros are getting upset about the light whip being featured acolyte like bro was born in EU and already canon by the High Republic. It's not new. Now they need to remind us that the High Republic is Disney canon, so that has to trump everything. This is the kind of argument you're seeing. I just wanted to bring this up the example we're seeing. But then there's this, and Dre and Grump, as the other old men on this panel, I know that you will have an exact response to this one. This particular moron. People said Maul's saber was stupid. They said it's dumb that Yoda has a lightsaber, that Kylo Ren's saber was dumb. It's all sick. It's all Star Wars. Okay, Dre, Grump, you, like myself, were there when Phantom Menace was premiering. We were nerdgasming all over ourselves.
That is correct.
With double-bladed lightsaber.
I can remember basically nearly every single boy in my class that Halloween dressing up as Darth Maul. How can they be saying that Darth Maul's lightsaber is not cool? Because even I'm looking at Darth Maul's lightsabers. Quite a good. It's a cool lightsaber.
In that trailer, in that moment, that is the moment in the trailer that we all watched relentlessly, endlessly before the movie came out. When he ignites it, and he just went, "Oh shit, the boy lightsaber!"
Yeah.
Nobody said it was stupid. Dre, you were on the ground.
Yeah. Yes, I was.
On the ground. Did anybody ever say Darth Maul's lightsaber was stupid?
No, and let me give you a little background here. In the year 1998, I believe that's when the movie A Bug's Life came out. I believe that was 1998. Yeah. And I went to go see A Bug's Life. Me and my cousins, my brothers, we all went to go see it at the Lincoln Theater. We all went there. They played 2 trailers before they played the movie. One of them was episode 1 trailer. Right when, and let me be as clear as I possibly can. This is a very black community. All right.
I know where this is going.
Like first we were seeing this trailer. Oh, cool, new Star Wars. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look, young Obi-Wan. When Darth Maul whipped out the double blade, we all jizzed ourselves immediately.
Yeah, because let's be honest, Dre, you're a comic book guy. Grump, you're a comic book too. Dark Horse have been putting out Tales of the Jedi lightsabers,
Yeah.
all the way back to the Civil War, where Exar Kun had it. Double-bladed lightsabers were already a thing in the comics. We knew they were there. We liked them there, and to see it live action the first time, Grump, we were ready for this, weren't we? Nobody said it was stupid.
Well, there was a line outside my theater that I used to go to. You know, we're talking 20-some years ago, in a podunk redneckville. There was an actual line for a nerd movie. That is to say something in this area. And the amount of double-bladed lightsabers that were in hand going in was amazing. The whole damn theater was red because there were just so many red double-handed lightsabers up in the air. That was before, you weren't allowed to play.
And Grump, did y'all have? Because I don't know if y'all had them in the South, but we outside of Toys R Us, there was another toy store called KB Toys.
KB Toys.
Up here, showing my age a bit. There was a thing called KB Toys up here. You could not get a double-bladed lightsaber.
I'll say the only thing we got here in this particular area was a Walmart. Now back then it was one of those super centers, so it was a lot better. But we had Roses.
Okay, I know Roses in the South.
Yes, I'm that old.
Yeah, Roses in the South.
But a lot of us, like me, got my happy ass on a motorcycle because I couldn't afford gas because I was broke, and rode down to the bigger cities that's either north or south of where I'm at, and bought a couple of them to bring them back to sale for an upcharge because they kept being sold out.
Yeah, you could not go anywhere and get these joints. They was like, you go to KB Toys or Toys R Us or what have you, the shelves were empty. Everywhere that said Darth Maul lightsaber or double blade lightsaber, gone. All of them gone. It took me, I think, like a week after the movie came out for me to finally get a double-bladed lightsaber.
But we have now listed on the ground actual, not hearsay, historical evidence because we were all there. Yeah. This is a lie. This is revisionist history.
Yeah, that's just the double. The Yoda the whole thing with Yoda. I mean, go back to watch the original trilogy. What did they say? Yoda was the best swordsman.
Yeah, in the PT. Yeah, we talked about it.
Of course, he's got
a
lightsaber.
We talked about it last night. Now, we had a little argument whether or not he needed a lightsaber last night.
In my big run, it's just the Attack of the Clones looked a little goofy. Goofy. It does make sense for him to have a lightsaber, though. Absolutely.
Yeah, but nobody at the time said it's stupid that Yoda has a lightsaber. Nobody said that either during the PT. But that's
the Kylo 1 run is true, though.
No, everybody said that was trash. All of us said it was trash. It doesn't make sense because lightsabers don't need fucking guards.
Well, the explanation I was given was they're not really meant to be guards. It's because he cracked the crystal and it needed the extra vents to keep it from overheating.
And it's still retarded. It's still retarded. And the bottom line is, these people make shit up to defend Disney Star Wars. They make shit up because they can't stand on facts, logic, and truth, and actual history. So it's ridiculous for anybody to say it was made up. And of course, you go through here this whole thing where he'll have his normal Stan supporters. I mean, normal person right here. Nobody ever complained about Darth Maul or Yoda. Quit making shit up. And people, of course, are going to clap back just like we are. But I just have to point this out. This is where we are. The Stans sense how bad the Acolyte is. Every 5 seconds, they're running around saying how excited they are. They know the writing is on the wall. The Acolyte is going to be one of the most disastrous Disney Star Wars projects ever. It's going to get roasted. We've seen enough how bad it's going to be trailer-wise, how bad it's going to be action-wise, how bad it's going to be story-wise. I will be there. I believe 2-episode premiere, June 4th. I'm going to do it. I'm going to suffer so you don't have to. Join me as I roast this stuff. Join others. It's going to be glorious. And then we'll talk about it, how bad it is. Now, these guys aren't going to watch it. They don't have to watch it. I'm going to suffer making them suffer talking about it.
I guarantee you I ain't.
Yeah, well, you won't have to now. No homework for you anymore. But it's done. It's over. And their backs are against the wall and they're screaming and they're changing history. They're revising history in order to sound like they're in the right and they're the victims and poor Disney Star Wars needs to be better understood. So come along. Come on, Acolyte. Come on, you Stans. I can't wait to be called a racist and a bigot because I don't like a green-skinned person whipping out a fake lightsaber whip, which is
Oh, but no, I just want them to have some reality. I want her to do the whip thing and then her arm falls off because whips have a tendency to hit everything.
Yeah.
I know this as somebody who
this
owns
is
a
a whip
couple.
of energy. It's a whip of energy. It has no actual mass, so there's no physics involved with it. Lumia's whip, we showed it right here. There's actual physics here. It has mass. It has a grounded piece of technology that the energy is surrounding itself or covering. So it is impossible to say that the lightsaber whip is an actual thing and will actually work, but it's going to be a disaster. We're going to make fun of it. The stands are going to cry, and I'm going to feel good about myself. So
Yeah, I mean, just the thought of it. You're talking about plasma, supposed to be like the lightsaber. Whatever it touches, it cuts.
Yeah.
Being that long and that fluid, that I don't even know if Jedi could control that.
Well, you can't. The lightsaber is guided through the Force when you're using it. It's part physical training and part the Force guiding your movement. It's a symbiosis, for lack of a better term, and you can't move with that kind of energy flowing around you. It doesn't work. You're not guiding anything, and when you go like this, what are you swinging then?
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of the force from a whip is breaking the sound barrier, and that's by getting a snap. There's no weight to plasma that I know of. So how are you going to get it to accelerate, for one?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, with no mass, you can't even get it to spin right. All it's going to do is jumble up.
There's this retarded thing where Disney Star Wars is trying to talk about weight in lightsaber hilts now. I've seen this. They're saying, "Oh, weighted hilts make this happen with lightsabers." Like, shut up! Just shut up! Just shut up! It's not facts. It's your fiction. It's your headcanon. It doesn't exist. You know what else doesn't really exist? Rings of Power. It exists, but it doesn't exist because it's fan fiction. And we got graced by the trailer for season 2 this week. Jed and I were a little nervous for the past couple of months because we were unsure if Mordor Country was going to happen this year because it was getting later and later in the year. When's the trailer going to happen? When's it going to drop? Is there time left in the year for them to announce it and build it up? And then this week we were graced by Rings of Power trailer season 2, and I was tickled pink. I was on it. I had been up for almost 24 hours at this point when this trailer dropped. I hadn't got to it, not because I was waiting for it, but because of other stupid shit involved in my life. And it was so close to when I thought the trailer was going to drop. I said, F it, I'm going to stay up. 9:30 on the nose. I was sitting right here. It took me like 15 tries, I think, to get my video up because I started to lose my ability to be coherent because I was really tired and I couldn't fall asleep. So it was, I wouldn't say it was insomnia, but it was just a really bad night of a lot of stupid shit. So, but I finally got it out, and I got it out there. When I had originally gotten the trailer out, by the time it was uploaded, ready to go, and I was making my thumbnail, it had been ratioed. It wasn't a large ratio, but it had been. But here is the current, almost a week later ratio: 475,000 downvotes to 88,000 upvotes. And remember, this is the approximation because of how the return dislike button works. It's probably a lot higher.
Even if we don't talk about the dislikes whatsoever, if we didn't have the extensions and we don't worry about the distinction there, just look at the viewership number. There's 10 million views and only 80,000 people liked it. We can clearly draw a conclusion from that without the return dislike extension.
Exactly. But if you go on X Twitter, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. It looks so good. The trailer looks hot. I mean, let's watch it because we can watch it and not get hit.
Wait, I want to know, has Grace seen this before? This trailer?
No. Dre, you're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. Hey, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. It's Rings of Power.
It's the greatest thing ever. Don't you know?
Guy Ladd.
I'd rather eat my own shoulder.
I was going to make a really bad additional comment on that, but let's just watch this.
Oh God, let's do it.
Let's go.
An evil, ancient, and powerful has returned.
It's called Rings of Power.
Rings about so here
That Venom?
is I don't
It does
know.
look like Venom.
You got that shirt on.
People, people are theorizing that this is the goop that was seen on the leaves on the tree in season 1. I just called it
think it's
hair monster. I think it's a hair
shape.
monster.
I think this is Sauron changing shape.
I just called it
because
a hair
we know he
monster.
turns into that Indian dude at one point in the show. Remember that dude was cast as another Sauron? We thought he was going to be Anatar, the Lord of Gifts, but we saw the original Halbrand actor playing Anatar in the trailer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think I mistakenly said Iluvatar in my reaction, but I hadn't slept in nearly 24 hours, so I was loopy.
I just want to point out that Amazon just ruins everything that they touch. The few chances that they have to start out good, they ruin it, but they're skipping that step now just to ruin things off the bat with Rings of Power because The Expanse, the first 3 seasons are gold.
But that's Sci-Fi Channel. That was Sci-Fi Channel.
Those first 3 seasons are immaculate. And then sometimes they start out with something good, like The Boys season 1, they ruin it. Now they're just skipping the step of starting out good and just going straight to crap.
So weird hair goop black thingy monster. There you go. God, Lazarus Warrior Princess is back.
She's still in this?
Oh,
she's still the main character.
I want to stop it right here because Jed, have you been following the stands on Twitter with this stuff at all?
Peripherally. I don't know what you're specifically referring to.
Remember how last season, because you were there for that, definitely.
Yes.
How we criticized how they didn't get Galadriel's look right and all this stuff. And they went back and they gave her hair wreath braided. And now the stands for the past week now have been running with that line, that quote from Tolkien over and over again. Oh my God, she's got the hair crown on. Isn't that great? Look, she's accurate. Isn't that awesome? They're doing that with a lot of different things here, trying to claim accuracy. Suddenly, they want the accuracy. And suddenly they're claiming it's so transparently lame that the way they do this. It's stupid. And they don't care. They just want it's fake fan behavior, as I like to say. They grab the one thing and then they make it their own and try to make it as though they always cared. They don't care. They don't care at all. So Guy Ladriel is back. She's got her own little team here. There's Femrond. I got blocked by somebody when they were talking about how hot he was, and all I said was Femrond. That's all I said, and they blocked me. Fine.
Well,
I wanted to block.
I saw one of the best stand responses to this moment. They put this moment in the same video with the Avengers spin from the end of the first Avengers movie, and they said same energy. It's like you cannot compare that hero shot at the end of Avengers 1 where they're all 6 standing there ready to face down an alien army with pumping music, adrenaline going.
The theme playing, man.
The best set of music that Marvel came out with.
Yeah, and while we have, I believe, commented that there's a couple instances where Barry McCready has made a couple of good scores, Rings of Power ain't it.
No, God, no.
It's trash.
He does not give a crap.
No, and this is going to be a quick stop and play and pause because look at that. Asian representation, Asian elves.
That's not right.
I just want to see who did it first, The Witcher or them, because season 4 is going to have Milva, if you remember. She was race swapped as an Asian chick, but this is a legitimate argument. People say it's actually more accurate for archers to be Asian because Asians are ninjas and ninjas like bows. I legitimately saw that argument.
Oh, that's racist.
Somebody's a retard. Whoever wrote that is a honest to goodness front seat on the short bus riding retard. God damn.
Jesus Christ.
No. They are sitting on the step
of
the short bus.
Get them, Grunt.
They ain't even make it all the way on.
So we've got Asian representation. And don't worry, everybody's favorite Arendir is in this.
The He worms his way inside your mind.
See, now I see these things going, and I always think back when the roots are moving like this to the very first Evil Dead movie where the chick gets assaulted by a tree. I just see this, and that's what I think, because that's all these things are probably good for.
A couple of things stood out to me in this section that we just watched is I'm not sure we should have blood magic in Tolkien, especially by a hero. That wasn't that didn't.
That
look
was
like a
Gilgalad.
villain. Yeah,
that was
that's
Gilgalad
a
right there.
problem. If
Yeah.
Sauron's doing blood magic or villain, yeah, that makes sense in the lore of Tolkien. This isn't a type of franchise where good people do dark magic for good reasons or anything. This isn't
No.
Game of Thrones. This is Lord of the Rings. Good guys do good guy things.
This is Tolkien. There are heroes and there are villains. There's no in
Very
between.
clear
There's no
cut.
gray in Tolkien.
Just like Star Wars.
Yeah, shut up. No gray Jedi.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you
I
were
was
joking,
agreeing
saying,
with you.
Oh,
no, I
thought-
was like real Star Wars.
I only partially heard that through the trailer. I thought you were trying to make a great Jedi joke.
No.
I was like, God damn it, you shut up. Don't do that to me.
I want to talk about that line that he just said. It doesn't make sense. He worms his way in, then the rest of him slithers in. You covered the slithering in with the worms his way in. It's
Yeah.
redundant. It's terrible
bad
dialogue.
writing. It's terrible writing. Horrendous. Oh, there's Celebrimbor in his moo-moo. Celebrimbor in his moo-moo.
As much as the Shadow of Mordor games are wholly inaccurate, their Celebrimbor was badass.
He was a vicious son of a bitch.
Mhm.
He gave no shits about anything. And actually his design looked good though. His design looked good. He looked like a proper Tolkien elf,
Mhm.
as Peter Jackson kind of birthed for us with the trilogy.
I think he has been here.
I think he has been here. That doesn't make any sense. You already knew he was there. You caught him. You
Some more
busted him.
modern dialogue.
Yeah.
I think he's been here among us all along.
Okay, this has been memed to hell already. And Amazon Prime is retarded enough to make this their avatar, their profile pic on X Twitter. We're gonna see it in a second. People are making fun of this wig. I mean,
Oh, it's a terrible, terrible wig. People have been comparing it to Matt Smith's in House of the Dragon, and it's just leaps and bounds.
that's
better
a
in
thing that's
House of
been
the
going
Dragon.
on. This trailer birthed of I don't even want to say meme war, a pick comparison war, where the stands are trying to say that Rings of Power armor looks better than Hot D armor.
That's funny.
But they're really insistent at how sexy and good Rings of Power armor is by comparison to Hot
I have a
D
question.
armor. Yes, sir.
So, okay, from what I understand, Sauron, who this is supposed to be, right?
Yep.
Am I right there? He's a shapeshifter, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Okay. So he's a shapeshifter. So why is he the same actor with a wig?
Because
that's a big question.
Because the stands want to have sex with him. That's why they're thirsty.
Yes,
Oh.
they're very thirsty for the actor. But yeah, he's going undercover to sneak back into, I'm guessing, Eregion.
Yeah.
And he just hopes they don't recognize him because he has pointy ears and long blonde hair. That's all he changed.
Yeah.
But wouldn't now I am not. I've made my statements very, very clear on all the DEI nonsense. But if there was ever an opportunity to actually do
They
that,
hired an Indian dude to play him.
There's an
You know what I'm
alternate
saying?
season 2.
Yeah.
that's all I'm just saying. Logistically speaking, if you wanted to push your DEI nonsense in Middle Earth with blacks and Mexicans and whatever, this is your opportunity to actually do it, to actually serve the story.
There's an explanation for it.
It would have been an explanation like, oh, Sauron is now has turned himself into a black dude with a do-rag or something. Like, okay, cool. That would make sense to the story, I guess. These people just are these people just dumb? I don't get it.
Yes, they are just dumb.
If you remember from season 1, Adam, they constantly forgot stuff that happened in previous episodes to an insane degree. And as you see here, Galadriel forgot that she'd already met Sauron. But these people can only, there's that old adage, you can only write characters as smart as you. That's your high bar for characters as a writer.
Yep.
They seem to assume, oh yeah, we forget what we're doing all the time. Everyone in Aregion's going to forget what Sauron looks like. So the wig's going to be enough because it's stupid enough to fool them. They assume it's going to work in real life.
It's just taking in their own fanfiction stuff. This was Halbrand. That was the Halbrand incarnation of Sauron. This is supposed to be Anatar. It's a completely different character of Sauron. Therefore, it shouldn't look like Halbrand. Because Sauron doesn't have an original form. He's an angel. He's an entity. He doesn't have a real physical form. Only takes physical form when he's on Middle Earth. So it's just stupid and it's lazy and it looks cheap. It looks bad. But the stands don't care because they're thirsty for this dude. What's his name? Charlie Vickers, I think.
Something like that. Well, look at what he's wearing too.
Yeah.
That looks like that thin, I don't know what you'd call it, but like felty, plasticky feathers that you can get.
From what we see in this trailer and what we're gonna see next, the costuming doesn't look any better than it did before. It doesn't look any better than before. In fact, it looks worse, in my opinion, because now it's as though they tried a little harder, but they don't know what they're doing, so it looks worse.
Mm-hmm.
August 29th. I thought it would be a little later.
So did I.
And you know what? Great, because it overlaps with everything. It means there's no breaks in covering stuff. We just go from one shit show to another, or in the case of House of the Dragon season 2, something that will probably be received very well and be done well, to then, because they're going to slightly overlap. Because if Hati starts on June 15th and it has 10 episodes, I believe it's 14th or 15th. 14th or 15th.
And there should be a little bit, maybe.
They're gonna. What is that? What is that?
That's Dragon Lady.
Okay, that was something. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, they're playing a racing
really
game
hot right now, Dragon Lady.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. I believe with 10 episodes, so that's 2 episodes in June, 4 episodes in July, and then their final 3 into August. So there's almost overlap, I think.
Almost so, and we don't know if 2 are dropping at once. House of the Dragon didn't do that, but that is always a possibility these days.
Yeah, well, I don't think they do that on Max. I think because it's linked up with HBO, they leave it on the.
That's right.
They have regular
the linear release.
Yeah, but we're gonna suffer 2 days later on Mortal Country because they're gonna drop 3 goddamn episodes again, Jed. You freaking know they're gonna drop 3 episodes of this shit.
Oh, probably.
That's gonna be that. It's
gonna
be.
I actually, not for my channel, but for my sanity, I kind of hope they go the Fallout route where they surprise us with the whole drop.
No, I need this content.
That's why I said not for my channel, but at the same time, can I really watch all of it in one sitting?
No,
no,
I can't.
You pass out.
I need what would be the 5 weeks of content because it's going to be 8 episodes. If they drop 3 episodes, it means 5 weeks. I need the 5 weeks of the content. I need it. I want it because it deserves to get destroyed. But so August 29th, I'm happy. I am happy because I deserve to destroy this. Why do they keep having her on a horse, man? And you can tell how bad it looks. You can tell this is CGI right there. She's not actually riding that horse.
Well, yeah, there was all the setting changes of where they got to film this season versus season 1. So I imagine most of this was probably in studio, unlike the first season where they had at least some on real locations.
Where before they got kicked out of New Zealand.
Which
get out of here.
Glorious. New Zealand is built, its current tourism is built on the back of the Lord of the Rings franchise, and they get a new Lord of the Rings TV show, and after looking at it, they're like,
leave.
Please, for the love of God, it's not worth it.
So they have her on a horse again. I can't wait for an HD resolution of anywhere on this. Well, I'm hoping to get another good thumbnail for this.
Another good face. Maybe a battle cry.
Yeah. All right, somebody drowning. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
That's some sort of critter. Some sort of sea critter. I'm not a good enough lore person to know what the hell that is, or what.
I love that. I think it was
here.
Gary's theory for this. It was a joke theory, but it's a flashback to explain how she swam across an entire ocean.
Oh, she wrote its back.
Yep.
Sea turtles, mate. Sea turtles. Anyway, all right.
Used her back hair to rope some sea turtles together.
Oh God! You said
know
that
what that
right
is?
as right. Yes, I know. Right as we get the Sith Lord here. God damn it! See now, I don't want those thoughts in my head.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So we've got the Sith Lord is back. She's going to be evil because she was talking all Sith Lord. Let's take everything over last season.
Well, yeah, just look at her eyes.
Yeah, Sith eyes. People they were making a joke on FT that this is the same gay hole that they lost their shit over. They say it's not because he's looking up, and that's sunlight. So it's clearly not. But still,
no, those are Balrog balls.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait a minute. A gay hole.
All right. The last season,
wide gaping booty hole.
There was an episode where they drilled when they were looking for Mithril in Khazad Dûn. They opened a hole, and during the fourth looking through it, and Elrond was there, and it was a kind of a gay scene. But then when they were reviewing on an FNT, they turned it into this whole clip thing where it looked like they just had gay sex.
It was really funny.
They lost their shit. And the FNT crew lost their shit over for like 20 minutes. They couldn't stop laughing. So they made the joke this week. Is it the same gay hole? Like, no, it's not. He's looking up. That was a horizontal hole. This is a vertical hole. But the whole dwarven storyline in Moria, Khazad Dûn, it's effed because the Balrog's awake, and it's awake thousands of years before it's supposed to be.
Oh, the entire show is condensing 10,000 years worth of history.
Yeah,
it's insane how they're acting like these events are transpiring.
Yeah, and apparently he's going to have the ring here too in a second. And the orcs aren't white anymore.
That's true. But the Bridge of Khazad-dûm isn't supposed to break until what's his bucket? Balin and Ori try to retake. It's like in those years before, like around the Hobbit. Around the Hobbit is when we find out that they're broken. So that's thousands of years after this.
They don't care. They don't care. It's the same thing we were talking about before. People like this don't care about lore. Darkness will bind them. And in the darkness bind them. Isn't that funny? They're quoting what's on the One Ring. Shut up. Costume jewelry. It looks like costume jewelry.
The theory that I've heard is what they're doing for the 5 seasons is each season a new set of rings. So season 2 will be the dwarven rings, and then we get the human rings in season 3, and then Sauron's going to make the One Ring in season 4, and then season 5 is the War for the Last Alliance.
I'm sorry. Do they really think this show gonna last that long?
No, they're not.
That's what they got the rights for.
They're going to pull a trapdoor clause, and they're going to jettison this thing after season 3, I believe, is already happening, or it's already got in motion. I might be wrong. I haven't
heard anything official, but they have 5 seasons.
They made the deal for 5 seasons.
Yeah, but I don't think they.
So that was what was put on paper with Amazon.
Yeah, but when we've always theorized that the worse it does, there has to be an escape clause.
Well, instead of the better thing in the contract isn't 5 seasons; it's 50 hours of content. That might be what they use for an escape clause. Is that
how the heck does that work?
They're not. Well, they've only got 16 episodes at this point. At basically maybe 17 hours if you take a little bit off the top of each one to go over. Still, it's not getting to 5 seasons. We said that
not even by those metrics.
We're going to say it here because costume jewelry, characters that look like shit, behave poorly. Not happening. All right, see, that looks terrible.
And I thought
that looks horrible. Wow.
I thought the Orkenstone or whatever from The Hobbit looked weird. This looks so much worse.
Yeah.
So can somebody explain to me what these rings do? Like, these are
the dwarven rings really don't do much. They were trial rings.
Yeah, the rings are supposed to grant rulers the power to govern and control. They're basically rings of domination and lesser power, because that's kind of what the One Ring is. It's the power to rule and dominate and control. and basically corrupt hearts and minds.
Mhm.
And the
So
other
they
rings
don't really
were,
have powers. It's
Well-
not like Captain Planet.
No,
No,
so
they don't really have
it
powers.
depends on the ring. So
Yeah.
some of them were trial rings, like the dwarf rings. We really don't know what their actual purpose are, but they were early enough that it was more a test rings. The human rings, they were sold to the humans as being like the elven rings, I believe.
Yeah.
I might have the timeline mixed up, but they were ultimately a trap from Sauron to control the kings of men. The elf rings, though, they do have actual
They were
powers
made in
associated with
secret.
them.
Yeah,
They were
they're
made in secret, away
Yeah.
from Sauron's control, so he doesn't have access to them like he does the human rings. But like, there's a ring of fire, which Gandalf has that one, I believe.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
that's what
gives
he has.
him that one's a little bit more Captain Planet-y, where you actually get fire-related powers if you have the fire ring.
Okay.
and
Okay.
whatnot.
And the one
immunity.
ring, and the one ring to rule them all makes you invisible.
Well, it
How that works?
can.
That's a
like,
sub ability. The
Yeah.
one ring is deception and manipulation, and invisibility is a type of deception.
and domination. It's like basically
Its
I
biggest
control.
purpose was to make Sauron immortal and make him so he can control the dwarven and human rings.
yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right.
And here's Arendir with his still so well trimmed head.
And his great archery techniques.
I hate that. We complained about it last season.
Mhm.
We complained about
This-
that.
it doesn't
This
work.
is- that's-
As
that's
someone who
what
did
wrong.
archery growing up in 4-H, I don't know how much of an authority that makes me. He could never do
More
this.
than me.
Yeah,
Well,
that
I
is that's
still
wrong.
do archery.
Yeah.
I've done I've done archery a couple of times. He's holding it the wrong way. I can tell you for a fact he's holding it the wrong way.
This you're gonna smack yourself in the face.
Yeah. I shot a recurve bow for years for hunting, and I shoot collegiate style, and that does not work. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I've never seen anybody shoot like that before.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Now there is a style that is similar to that a lot of usually is done by, it's an Asian technique with a long bow. There's a certain technique that does do with collapsing, but I don't know I don't know how he's holding on with this. That doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It will have
I'm
to be
looking for the
clutched as well.
string.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like
There's
I know
no
they
string on the screen.
Yeah, they didn't CGI it in.
That's how come he could get away with doing that, because he ain't actually pulling weight.
Yeah.
I agree.
And Jed, I've been hearing wonderings. We got to wonder is baby mama Bronwyn going to be in this season?
I think so. She's not one
I
of the
don't
two
know.
actors that were recast. We got
But is she still
Big Mama
cast?
Milkers and Big
No,
Daddy.
she's in the
and-
trailer. She's here. We see her in the trailer, I think. People.
It's not the same actress. It's still
Was
a
it?
recast. Yeah, she's definitely not coming back. Big Mama
Oh, that wasn't
Milkers
her?
and Big Daddy Andar or whatever aren't coming
Oh,
back.
Adar. Yeah,
Adar.
other
The
thirst
two
trap.
characters that normal people like to recast.
Well, listen, we only liked her because she had giant tits. And that's the only reason we liked her.
Oh, there it is.
All right, now look, the Eagles are coming. God damn it! More crying, more
Yeah, and
Isildur.
that's Bronwyn's son, so Bronwyn has to be in it or whatever that chick's name is.
Well, and they're still going to probably hide that he's half elf or some shit like that.
What was it? That he's half elf. What was it? A black elf and a what was it?
Persian.
A Persian woman made a Filipino baby.
Yes. Hey, it's fantasy. There are no rules. There's new Adar, and there's Gandalf, not Gandalf. The new Adar. You think they're gonna be thirsty for him as they were last time?
No, I
No?
don't see it. Not from
No.
this shot, but I don't know who the actor is, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Well, the other guy was smart. He got the hell out. He was
Yeah.
smart. So I'm doing this shit. And there's Gandalf, not Gandalf. Now, unfortunately, I failed to comment on this during my original take on the trailer because again, hadn't slept in 24 hours. There's what the hell is her name? The
Nazgul's?
No. That's the fake Hobbit. That's
Oh,
with
is that Nori?
Gandalf, not Gandalf. Nori, thank you. Yeah, that's
Is it
Nori.
Nori?
That's Nori. Because look, no shoes on. No shoes. That's
Oh,
Nori.
I can't see.
I
can't
I
tell.
see it. I'm saying that's Nori.
You got the eye for feet.
Yeah, I got eyes for feet. Whatever. They're also now thirsty over
Look
Guy
at that face.
Ladriel double arrow shooting. I know. I love her expressions are dynamite for thumbnails, dude. This was my thumbnail for my take. It's brilliant. I love her expressions. Like, I'm so
It's
angry."
always some gold from this actor from Morford Clark.
Yeah. So they're all hot for her double arrow shooting.
I'm against double arrow shooting in general. It just doesn't make sense to me. And you've got to be so.
You got to be
over the top.
Legolas, man. You got to be Legolas.
Even Legolas, I
or
laugh
Robin
and shake
Hood.
my head when he does it.
Hey, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. That was a cool moment where he double shoots it. Boom, gets to 2 guards charging at him. I love that movie. Oh, no, they all are hot for Femrond in full armor. Now
I'm surprised he can lift any armor.
I know. Now, here's what we're going to do. When this episode comes out, we're going to do what we did last time. They had a charging army. We're going to get the frame, and we're going to see how many times they cut and paste the same guy in there over and over
Oh,
again.
I can already see several.
Yep. So can I already. Like, I think they're even right next to each other.
Mm-hmm. No, over there to the right, there's 3 right next to each other. A little bit more.
Yeah, right,
Those
right there.
3.
Yeah, those are all the same right there. Oh, I love it. They're so lazy. They're so lazy.
He's
Sauron. He's Sauron. Why do they do this? Why do they think they sound cool, unnecessarily rolling their R's?
Well, they can't even roll their R's because
Yeah.
I will admit I am so white. I do not possess the ability to roll my R's. I've tried many, many times. I am
have my
incapable
moments.
of
I have
it.
my moments.
So this is like me trying to roll my R's is what these people sound like.
Yeah, it's now people are theorizing: is this Barad-dûr?
Gary said it was the ice castle from the first season, but I thought it was
Okay.
Barad-dûr when I was first watching it. Maybe
I mean,
Chris
I have
Angle?
no guess. All I know is it's retarded. Because it's just like snap your fingers and it happens.
Do you know what it actually? It's Elsa's castle. See all the ice?
Oh god. Well, I was gonna say it is Disney. No, it's not Disney. Sorry, I'm thinking last Doctor Who segment.
When something's crap, you just immediately assume it's Disney.
Yeah. Ah.
I still hate that title. The Rings, the Rings.
Yeah. The Rings.
Feel like
So
my brain skips a beat.
it is completely stupid, but it doesn't stop there. Have you seen this yet? The little bit of behind the scenes stuff. Have you guys seen this yet?
No.
No.
Thankfully.
Let's
Oh god, you're right. They did use that photo for the profile picture.
Yep. See, oh yeah, let's go back. Yeah, see, look, yeah. Oh god damn it. Stop. See, right, it is right there. They used it. They did you not understand how bad it looks? All right, so we got this right here. An inside look at season 2 of the Rings of Power. Let's have a gander, shall we? I only saw a couple moments of it, so I haven't seen it all. So surprise is abound, I'm sure.
This season, Galadriel's being driven more by a bigger.
What is she wearing?
Oh,
She's just
got
playing
one-
with her hand. She
I
looked like a
know.
little girl at like Comic-Con for the first time. Being interviewed while she's in line to go inside. I'm so excited to be here. I love Arwen from Lord of the Rings. I want to meet her. That's what I said.
Why is she in costume? Isn't this an interview?
Yes.
It's on the set interview, Dre. They're behind the scenes.
Uh,
That costuming looks god awful.
yeah,
So,
I mean, it's not good.
Morbid Clark, Guy Ladriel, Warrior Princess. She's got bigger purposes. Let's see what she says.
Purpose, and I feel she's once again becoming connected with Middle Earth and with all the people in it.
That was a nothing burger. That was
Yeah.
word salad.
Yeah, she has no idea what the story is because I'm going to be honest. When we get it, her story is probably going to be paper thin again.
Just she's great. No one realizes how great she is, holds her back, but she breaks through and is great.
And she'll be led around by the events of the story rather than actually taking part in the story.
It's making her quest more important since Sauron is building his strength.
Here we are in Mordor.
Oh, shut up, dude.
Did they really get a memo that said roll all your R's?
They must have. They must have.
One of the exciting things about this year is we're going to get to see Sauron out in the open, making everything happen. We'll be able to watch it all unfold.
During his relationship with his father has...
Now, that we carry that over from the last time. It's a relationship that shouldn't exist because you can't have two Durins at the same time. Now, he, of course, had a father, but you shouldn't have Durin talking to Durin.
Yeah,
And-
it's like the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah.
Only one at a time.
Yeah, it's we're imposing real world monarchy
Hierarchy?
title
Yeah.
passing on something that didn't have that like that. So that's really, and of course Deeza's, I think people last season admittedly thought that Deeza wasn't as bad as the fat bitch was as she was in her interviews. I think Deeza's going to be atrocious this season. I think
she's
gonna
probably
be
miffed and angry that people didn't love her and think she was a goddess. So
she's going to be god awful. She's going to be full whammies mode. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible.
Well,
It's
look,
gonna be great for
he's
us.
crying and she's comforting him.
Yeah. It's going to be great for us. Listen, Elrond just dumped him. Okay, he needs to go back to his wife, and I'm not going to make that joke.
It's gone, and his pride has taken a massive hit.
The darkness did reach him. He's received the biggest.
Why is he in shadow?
This is a terrible way to conduct an interview.
He received the biggest blow. Do you hear that he's received the biggest blow? His spirit.
Well, he said the darkness touched him. That's the first thing he said.
Well, let's ask him, where did the darkness touch you? Was it? I mean, was it another gay black man?
Point to where the darkness touched you on this little Aaron door for what an Aaron Dis doll that was sold. Oh wait, none were made. So
there is no merch for Rings of Power except for the Blu-rays. That's the only merch. That's the only merch.
I didn't know
that
they
exists
made
for this.
Blu-rays.
Oh, they did. Yeah, the stands have been showing it off. Look, I've got merch. You see, there is merch, but that's all you got.
The only merch I've seen the book, the Lord of the Rings books that have posters.
That's not Rings
on
of
the front
Power's
of them.
merch. That's not Rings
Exactly.
of Power merch. That's bad covers. But the Blu-rays do exist. I've seen them.
I'm just chasing Blu-rays and 4Ks, and I have not seen anything about that. And I go through toy sections a lot too because if you didn't know, I like to collect them. I have a ton of them. I've seen nothing in my area for Rings of Power. I see Lord of the Rings, no
Yeah.
Rings of Power.
Same here.
Period thus far.
It gets a little darker. The chessboard's
There she is, right there.
Oh yeah, no,
There she
those
is.
reports were wrong then.
There she is.
At
right
least we
there.
have one, or
Emma
we have two
Horvath.
things to
Listen,
look forward to.
Listen, a possible future wife of mine, for only her physical. It's a purely physical relationship. Okay.
Isn't she
I
too
don't-
young for you? I mean,
She's in her
you know,
20s.
Grandfathers and young women don't work too well together.
I'm not a. Don't hurt my soul, Jed. Don't hurt my soul. Let me have this.
Stop
Let me
robbing
have-
the cradle, you old bastard. Let her
Let
live.
me have Big Tits McGee. Okay, this is going to be the two bright spots in this season for me. Okay, that's
She's the
all-
one person I hope they go full Game of Thrones with. I don't want to see Galadriel sex scene, but maybe
No.
something from Tits McGee.
I mean, here's the thing. Now they're doing her no nothing good with her in this dress. That's a horrible dress she's wearing. I can't really see anything here. Guys, all I have are my sex jokes, guys. That's all I have in life. Let me have this. Now, she's not a real character, but we like her because of her physical attributes. There we go. So she is there, Emma Horvath. All I remember from last year is when we went over those interviews, and there was the dude who was a Silder was sitting next to her. and she was wearing that low-cut dress,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just on display, and you see him fighting not to look at her just impressive cleavage. He's just fighting, and she's leaning forward. She knows damn well what she's doing. It was glorious. I loved it. We laughed hard.
Been set, and I'm seeing the chess pieces move.
The second season, it really feels like
He still looks dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That outfit, that crown, wreath crown, it looks
That
terrible.
braid.
That braid. Oh my god.
He's got Cassandra Odyssey vibes.
Yeah. Oh, damn, dude. Don't do Cassie dirty like that. We like Cassie. Don't do Cassie.
We do.
All right. There's Sith Lord.
Whoa.
Oh.
Damn, I hope that place is structurally sound. Throwing that much weight on the ground. Gee whiz, they're trying to start an earthquake.
set a watch at every crossing. He must not escape.
I want to remark on that. Set a watch at every crossing. He must not escape. Because your watchtowers were so successful in the first show where you didn't see the giant trench being built. Where they had the giant trench that could be seen for 100 miles.
Well,
you didn't see.
And he's assuming that bad guys will use the main roads. It's like check the crossroads. They'll dig the tunnels again. They'll go through the woods.
Yeah.
If you're a fugitive, you don't take the main roads.
Yeah.
I've had an unexpected visitor.
I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not going to.
Who'd have thought a ring could have so much power?
You should name a show after it. The Power of Rings. Well, what about Rings of Power?
Let's just really.
I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let that one go. They're trying to be clever. They're probably singing "Fuck My Life." What are we doing here? Oh God, am I freezing? I'm getting my little signal bar. Oh, please don't let my connection be going crap on me. I got one more session of frickin' Stellar Blade to go. Don't do this to me, internet. Got one more session.
I am so glad I finally got fiber.
Well, it's not. See, it's not that my internet service is bad. It's the wires in my building. They suck. So, and they won't fix it.
Really exciting to finally be back. I'm just so grateful.
Oh, listen. What is going on with her hair and that shit in her hair?
She's still got it in her hair, and it looks like she's in a snowy environment. Don't take acorns out of your hair and passive headdress. Is that what the deal is?
Yeah.
Has this girl been huffing bath salts? What's wrong with her?
Probably. Well, listen, she's the last Harfoot standing at this point. Okay. And,
they're all dead. Is that what?
They all
no.
cannibalism
should be
got
dead.
them.
Yeah, I mean they're cannibals, so they'll get each other eventually. Yeah. Oh, that's the whole thing, right? They're cannibals. It's a whole thing.
Oh no!
We confirmed it last season. They eat their dead.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and it's not they kill people and cook them; they eat their dead.
They let them
at least
die.
They let them die first.
Yeah, they let them die.
Disease is probably a problem.
Yeah.
Here we are in new territory, new places to visit.
I mean, the set is almost too scary to go into.
There's our Isildur. Because remember last season it was, oh my God, what happened to Isildur? Is he dead maybe? No. Because we know exactly what his history is.
Well, and because nobody died from a pyroclastic blast of a volcano.
Oh God, everybody should be dead from that.
I mean, just look at Pompeii. Pompeii pyroclastic blast immediately turned people to ash.
No.
Look.
The detail that the craftsman put in there is incredible. You absolutely get lost when you're.
Oh, look, it's one half of the brains of stupid. J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, offshoots of J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot. The poison spreads.
I feel sorry for all the artists that are involved in this show. I feel sorry for them. Their talents are being wasted. I don't like that.
Here.
When you're in costume on the set.
Yeah, again, Bray McCreary, we've heard you do some good work in the past. Rings of Power ain't it. This ain't it. I'm sorry.
Well, even just recently, his God of War soundtrack is next level incredible.
Yeah,
like top tier video game soundtrack, and then he does this like the same year, or at season one.
And
of God of War.
he did Black Sails. The soundtrack to that's quite good.
Yeah,
as well.
Murray can do
Galactica.
good work. I have to admit that he can do good work, but
He
this
just
is not
chooses
it.
not to.
This is not it.
You're going to discover even more wonderful things to do.
We kind of touched on it and teased on it in season 1. This time you will see us in all our glory.
Oh my God, they're gonna have her sing more.
Well, because that's how they figure out where they need to
Oh,
mine.
I forgot that. I forgot that's how you find the mithril. You need fat dwarves to sing. Yeah, I said it.
There's things that we're doing that are completely new, and you do sort of get plunged.
I can't move it back because we'll lose the video because it's Twitter. But Femrond in his armor. I'm sorry, this dude is not masculine at all. This dude has no alpha vibes, and this is supposed to be like A class, S class warrior, and I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it at all.
Straight into the story.
It's been a long way. Some bad things might have happened. Some good things may have happened. And there's a lot of danger.
Oh, there was a string there. Did you see that? There was a string on that bow. Yeah, string there.
There's a lot of excitement, but we're back in Middle Earth.
Brilliant fight!
Is that a zombie king?
I don't know. All I know is that I think everything that was bad in season 1 is going to be on steroids in this season.
But they gave her crown hair, so it's obviously 100% accurate.
Are we
Yeah,
gonna
where's
get-
her husband?
Where I was right about to say, where's Celeborn? Where's Celeborn? You gotta. I know. Maybe you don't want to tease him right away, but it'd be nice if we get at least that bit of.
Do you think it's true their claim that they always intended to bring him into the show, or they reacted to everyone saying this is wild?
These are reactionary idiots.
100%
These are idiots
agree.
who think their own ideas are the greatest thing ever, and they were scrambling. Now, some people think this looks better. I don't. I think it's the same, and in some cases it'll be worse. I think the choreography is going to be even worse. I think Guy Ladriel is going to be more insufferable now. I think we're going to get, as I said a moment ago, we're going to get Deeza's going to be even worse.
I think that anybody that signed on to this needs to fire their agent instantly.
Listen, here's the only thing that I think needs to happen. I think that I need to find a way to go comfort Emma Horvath when this is a disaster. I think we need to make that happen. Because she just needs to be told that it's not her fault, and that she looks pretty, and that she has 2 great reasons to continue acting. Okay. Rings of Power is going to suck. August 29th. I can't wait. 2 days later, taking over for as long as it's running. No drive-in, no Saturday night drive-in for, I guess, 6 weeks, where Jed, myself, and what will be probably a rotating panel will return for This Is Mordor Country, where we will sit down and we will just we will go through the entire episode and torture ourselves. And I'm sure there will be copious drinking. I'm sure that some people will be drinking massively during it. I won't be because I have to run the damn show. But either way, it will be glorious. It'll be fun. And it's going to be a good time. Have fun. Join us as we have fun making fun of this show. So Rings of Power, I am looking forward to it because I love destroying shit that deserves to be destroyed. And no, Jay Frazier, I can help her. I can help her. At least once or twice. 3 times if I get a sandwich. So, Rings of Power, I can't wait. We got one more thing today, though, and we fortunately have a full panel of gamers here, and many of us have played Assassin's Creed. Some of us more than others. I stopped at a certain point, and I didn't play a lot of the side games. And we fortunately
everything.
You played everything, even the last crap one. Even the last crap one.
Yeah, I fell asleep in that one that I played and just didn't even look at the rest.
And let's be and I know it obviously is a running gag, but I really am glad Dre is here for this. Not because he's our shield for us to talk about this freely, but because I guarantee, Dre, how do you feel? Let's dive right in. How do you feel that?
Please be another Scandinavia comment. Please be another Scandinavia comment.
That we are finally getting an Assassin's Creed game in Japan. The one thing Assassin's Creed fans have been asking for literally a decade, ever since Black Flag, said, give us Assassin's Creed in Japan. It's perfect. Give us a ninja doing ninja shit, ganking dudes. It would take us back to what Assassin's Creed is, not action RPG loot game. It would take us back there. It's built for it. Because ninja, culturally one of the most well-known type of assassins in the world. Everybody wants to be a ninja. Don't you?
Which is actually kind of funny. It makes them the worst assassins in the world. Notoriety is actually the opposite of what good assassins.
You know what I mean, though. Everybody wants to be a ninja. We all want to be ninjas. We want to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We want to be Naruto ninjas. We want to be all kinds of ninjas because it's a thing. We want to throw those throwing stars and hit our friends in the eye. That's how it works. So you finally get this, and Ubisoft. Oh, yeah, we're going to make our protagonist a black dude. We're going to make our protagonist a black dude whose name happens to appear historically in Japanese feudal records. But, and Jed, I know you have a problem with some of what they say here in the Bounding into Comics article, but for the most part, they give an accurate description of what Yasuke was there. He was not a samurai. He was just a retainer. He was just a part of Nobunaga's household. He never really fought in anything. And he was, as others have put it, he was kind of just a living trophy.
Yeah.
He was a sword bearer.
Yeah. Well, I actually have an opinion that's a little bit different than most people. It doesn't change my opinion whatsoever whether or not he was a real samurai. That doesn't affect my opinion on this at all. All of what they claim could be true, and it wouldn't change my opinion because, like we've said, we've wanted a Japanese Assassin's Creed game for at least a decade. And there's so many great stories. Ghost of Tsushima finally gave us what they delivered, and that's what we wanted. And Ubisoft's being reactionary to that, of course, to the success of that. But we want something historically accurate in what everyone imagined. When people think Japanese samurai Assassin's Creed, we think of a Japanese character. And I think having a female option is great. They've been doing that for a while. That's fine. But having a Japanese man playable is absolutely something we should have gotten. And using their own rules of diversity is the most important thing. We've never had a Japanese playable character. We've had 4 playable black characters, though. So if we were going for true diversity like they seem to be claiming, they should be getting Asian representation into the show. So by their own logic, this fails. We all knew what we wanted. We all had this vision, and they knew what we wanted, and yet they failed again. This is what Ubisoft always does. They know what people want. They don't give it to us. Someone else gives it to us, and then they react by not giving us what we want. Yeah. So it doesn't matter to me. I mean, like the completely fake photograph that they used to prove that he was a samurai is laughable.
A photograph from feudal Japan when photographs.
I looked it up, and he was mainly active in samurai culture in 1570-ish.
Yeah.
That is at like 250 years before the camera was even first dreamt of. There's no way this photograph is real, but people are like, look, there's a picture of him, so it's real. Yes, I believe there is a drawing of him that is historically accurate, but it really just shows his face.
Does he have the dreads?
No.
Does he have the dreads?
Only black people are allowed to have dreads, even though dreads were invented by the Vikings.
Let me see if they have the picture. They don't have the picture here. Let me see. I don't have all the pictures here, but he's got dreads, Dre. He's got.
Of course.
Here, I'll see if I can.
Ain't that the new rule? All black characters have to have dreads.
No, it's just same ones.
This is retarded.
Here's here.
No.
I mean,
here we go.
I mean, way to
you got it.
Way to promote the stereotype of blacks going after Asians and beating them up and killing them. I mean,
that's a Japanese series of tweets that I saw. It's like, oh, it's great to have a black person come to Japan.
For crying out loud.
Japanese people.
Dre, I mean,
Christ.
They just got to give them the hairstyle, don't they?
I hate all of this. A long time ago, I had an expression that's constantly used on the intro of this channel. There are no coloreds in Japan. I can't stress that enough. Even if we want to go to the historical, yes, there was one dude that was from Africa that migrated there. Japan has Japanese people. The idea that, oh, we're going to make a Japanese-centric game and put a colored. What are you doing? That's not what anybody wants. That's not what I want. No one in the black community is sitting there saying, you know what I want in my Japanese assassin game? What? That's not, it's not. Let's go back. Let's think of like back in the day that look, we played Shinobi. We played
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, I was thinking of that one.
All those great games. Why? Because they're Japanese based and they have Japanese people. Why would my protagonist in a Japanese game be black? There's only one reason only. So that you can have a protagonist that's hated by the entire community that's in the Japan game, and they hate him, and blah, 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 and then he's gonna earn the right of high ranking yada yada yada, and now everybody should love him, and he earns it, and DEI and all. Bruh, this is dumb. Like, who wants to play this? Who woke up and said,
who's gonna buy this game?
Who?
No one.
Nobody. We're gonna get to that in a second. Put a pin in that. We're gonna talk about actual person in the game. But you got this guy. He exists, but then he disappears because guess what? He's a footnote of history.
Yeah,
he's not important.
It's totally fine to have him in the game. There's been plenty of historical figures in games. There's been plenty of interesting Easter eggs of historical mysteries that they solve in canon and whatnot. It's absolutely fine to have him in the story, just not as the playable character.
There's the point. And we've been making everybody who's been fighting this fight all since Wednesday have been making this point. Assassin's Creed games massively historically inaccurate. I mean, you're right. You don't go to Assassin's Creed to play an historically accurate game. But you know what they do? They create a character that didn't exist.
Yeah. They go to an effort to be historically accurate, though. I mean, the famous example is, I believe it's from the first one or the second one. They were originally in development going to have a crossbow as a weapon option. And then they found out in their research that crossbows weren't invented.
You know what I mean, though? You know what I mean? When I mean historically accurate, like a character existing. That's what I mean.
As the playable character. We're not expecting the playable character to be. Your
playable character is
supposed to be fictional because he's an assassin.
It's a manufacturer.
He's supposed to be in the shadows, so having any recognizable playable character is wrong. But historical accuracy, that's something that they've said is, like IGN said something like, why are you pretending that you actually care about historical accuracy now?
We don't.
Space apples. The franchise has before, though, like that crossbow example. Yeah. They were going to give you a crossbow, then they found out it wasn't going to be invented for another 2 years after when it takes place, so they took it out of the game. That is care for historical accuracy.
And it's fun to have your fictional made-up character interact with historical figures, like Leonardo da Vinci, who made all of Ezio's gear. That was freaking cool. But that's fiction, and it's fun. You aren't Leonardo da Vinci running around ganking people.
That would defeat the whole purpose. If you're a famous assassin, you're doing your job poorly.
And that's the point. We didn't play these games to be historical figures, and they're trying to say, oh, you're angry that we put this guy in here? No, we're angry that you chose a person who appears for a second in actual history and made them a protagonist and have created a fictional story around them for your DEI purposes. I mean,
wait, I have one question. Is this character supposed to be the Black Samurai from history from the 15?
Yes.
From the 1500s?
Well, he's supposed to be the same character.
They've transformed him into a samurai, which he wasn't a samurai. He was not a samurai.
And they're using a fake photograph of him to say he was a samurai.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure there's controversy around whether he was ever knighted as a samurai or whatever. I don't care. I could give 2 squirts of piss if the man was a swordsmith or if the man was a samurai. I don't care if he was washing somebody's shoes. I don't care. I want to play a Japanese assassin in a Japanese game. Plain and simple. I'm a simple man.
But
I like simple things.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. It doesn't matter if it's true or not.
You could be a Whammons.
I don't mind being a Whammons. I don't problem being a Whammons. But why is her counterpart a black dude?
Because he's got to wield giant. Now we're not going to watch the trailer. I'm not going to do that to us. But he can wield this giant hammer and beat people up.
Why can't you have a big Japanese dude doing that? I'm very confused.
Because you need an angry black man killing Japanese. That's why.
That's not going to help me when I'm going to the carry out. That's not going to help me at all. God dang, how am I supposed to go and get my food now?
From what
It's just infuriating. I don't like it.
From what I've been hearing, he's actually not holding the sword properly. He meant to hold katanas with two hands and not one.
Hey, don't you talk bad about my dual wielding. Stop that.
Sorry.
Stop that. Dual wielding katanas is real.
Every single defense that the stands have for this can be easily disproven. Like they go with, oh, now you care about historical accuracy. Stop pretending you do. We can bring up examples of historical accuracy being good for the franchise. Oh, you just hate that it's a black playable character. Well, we've had 4 black playable characters and they have great stories.
I hate that it's a black playable character. I want a Japanese dude.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that it's black.
On
Nothing
Friday,
else.
Jeremy had his romance with Edward's first mate from Black Flag.
Adewale, yeah.
Adewale, yeah. Jeremy wants to go run away and live with Adewale forever. He loves him so much.
Freedom Cry is great. The spin-off game with Adewale from Black Flag.
Jeremy said he cried when he had to kill Adewale and Rogue. He said he cried.
Oh, it was a sad moment. But they've also said we as the gamers would never accept an Assassin's Creed game in Africa. Assassin's Creed Origin takes place in Egypt.
Egypt and Africa.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about this franchise, and they're acting like we're the fake fans.
Jed. Do you know that this game is taking place at the same time as Origins? According to what I saw, I read it someplace. This is in the timeline. It's happening at the same time as Origins.
No, it's not. It can't.
But I'm saying it can't. But I saw that's when it's happening at the time. I swear, I saw that. They're saying it's happening at the same time of Origins, which makes it that they're not even the assassins over here, and it's not even the Templars because they haven't been created yet.
Now, if memory serves me right, that Origins was supposed to be the first assassins when they first cut their fingers off and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff, right?
Odyssey takes place before it, but it was the formation of the hidden ones.
Oh, right. Odyssey was the Greek one. Greek was the Greek one. Yeah.
All right. So if what you're saying is right, Adam, this can't be the same samurai, because for those of you who know basic history, feudal Japan and ancient Egypt don't happen at the same time. This dude, who is supposedly a real person, lived primarily, like his famous stuff is from 1570.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. Origins takes place in the year 48 BC.
All I'm saying is I saw that out there somewhere that somebody was trying to say this takes place at the same time. I'm not saying that I say that.
I know, but if that is true, if that's what they're actually doing, they don't understand basic history. That's 1,500 years of difference.
Oh, don't worry. They'll do the same thing they did with Valhalla. That screen that I'm sharing is the loading screen for Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been doing that for a while.
Oh, the multicultural. Yeah, been multicultural for a while. Yeah. But so this whole thing, it's got disaster over it, but it's not just that, because we were at this article already. They're saying it requires an internet connection to install, but not play.
Which is not what the PlayStation Store says.
Yeah.
So they're contradicting themselves one way or another.
Yeah. But that's not even that. The biggest thing connected to its whole release, and where Grum's posted this earlier, but I'm going to bring it up now because it was where I found it.
Outlaws.
Look at this. Look at this. Base game pre-order bonus, $70. Base game pre-order bonus season pass 3 days early access, $109. Base game pre-order season pass 3-day ultimate pack, $130. And then if you want the subscription to Ubisoft to keep getting shit, $18 a month.
Who's paying this? Who's paying this? Who's doing this?
I can tell you one that ain't.
No, none of us are.
Oh,
no.
I mean, it's Ubi crap. I ain't bought anything of them on purpose for a while.
I gave Mirage a chance. That was a huge mistake. It was insanely overpriced. It was garbage. I hated everything about Mirage. But Frank does bring up a good point in the chat. The modern time frame might work because, when you're playing as what's her bucket, Lara Hansen or whatever her fucking name is in Origins in the present, that takes place, in the modern time. So that one could line up. But if we're gonna find out why she's with Desmond as the architect in the Ghost AI realm, that could be whatever.
You're confusing me now. You're hurting my brain. I don't know any of this stuff. I don't want to know any stuff. All I know is that you see this right here.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons AAA gaming is so broken.
Well, they've renamed it. It's 4A now.
Well, I thought he was making a joke here.
No. That's an actual thing.
Really? Oh, please explain.
I don't get, but it's this new price range. They're actually calling it unironically 4A.
At this point, it's not officially.
It's not official,
4A.
but
It's
you
not
can tell
officially
which ones
4A.
are or aren't.
Yeah, because this is the second game that they were claiming 4A for the price. I can't think of the name of the other game. It failed, but
Well, Jed, you brought up a second ago. Ubisoft are the same ones putting out Outlaws.
Mm-hmm.
The same. They're doing the same exact thing right here. Who is going to spend this money? Ubisoft has zero trust. They're just here to squeeze you for money. This is essentially a live service game.
Yeah. It
All
just
these
shows
games.
how much they don't actually care about their products. With Assassin's Creed especially, they're reactionary to Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima gives us what we've wanted for years. It's basically a real Assassin's Creed game. Ghost of Tsushima is incredible. Then they do this. And in story-wise, I think I've told you this before, they're destroying Desmond's story.
Yeah.
Desmond, by saving the world at the end of 3, is actually dooming the world. That's what Lara has to undo. That's what the RPG games are leading up to, and whatever comes next is Lara trying to undo Desmond saving the world because it's actually going to destroy the world.
But he saved. If I remember it correctly, he saved the world by giving Juno access to everything, and Juno put up the shield that stopped the solar flare from frying everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the comic books, not even a goddamn game.
Oh yeah, that
2 games
sucks.
later, they aced Juno. Here I am playing the French Revolution one, and then playing Unity, and then playing Syndicate, thinking, okay, because Syndicate was cool when you were doing the time travel part and you jumped to World War II as Evie's descendant, and then Juno's in the sky mocking you. I'm like, oh, you bitch. I'm going to get you next game. And then what do I find out in Black Flag? Oh, they killed Juno in a comic off camera.
Yeah, it was awful what they did with Juno. But yeah, that field that was activated, that Desmond activated, it is destabilizing the electromagnetic core of the planet, and it's going to tear the Earth apart piece by piece.
That's
so
retarded.
Desmond is now an AI, a glowy gold person inside of the precursors computers, trying to find a timeline where that doesn't destroy the world. And then Lara at the end of Valhalla becomes a glowing gold person like him, and they're going to work together to find a timeline where what he did doesn't destroy the world.
Timeline. So they're acting. Listen.
Well, they're like using their technology to manipulate events in a certain way.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was one thing when you're in the Animus, reliving things that already happened, which was cool. Like these things are locked. It's essentially locked in time. You're not actually time traveling. You're just reliving time through a DNA connection. But now they're actually doing time travel in this shit.
No, not time. They're predicting what happens next and then manipulating the present to make the future that doesn't destroy the world.
This is still too. I don't like this. I'm so glad I'm out. Odyssey was it for me.
Odyssey, it's not a good Assassin's Creed game. I have to cut it off from the entire franchise. Yeah, pretend Odyssey is on its own, and then I cut off Assassin's Creed at Syndicate, and barely Syndicate. I have a lot of issues with Syndicate.
I enjoyed Syndicate. Then again, I also it was a gift, so I didn't actually pay for it.
But Origins, Valhalla, and Mirage don't count as Assassin's Creed.
No,
I don't care for them.
In the end,
Origins was
hated
okay.
Origins. I hated Origins. In the
end. I enjoyed Origins just running around and going in the pyramids and stuff. I thought that was kind of fun.
The exploration was really cool, and the opening cutscene with Bayek when he kills that first dude is phenomenal.
Yeah.
My problem with Origins is that Bayek was cucked. He's not the real hero. Aya's the real hero. Why? If they just made the Aya game, I could have lived with that. But everything Bayek does, Aya does better. Aya saves him. Aya founds the assassins. Bayek is just a dude who
He's just
gets
a
into
random guy.
trouble.
Well,
Yeah, he doesn't-
and everything that was sacred about the Brotherhood, their oath and everything, is made into a joke. Like he accidentally cuts off his finger with his hidden blade, and it's like, oh, that's why we do it now. Whereas in the original games, it was a sacrifice. People joked about in the fans that it's so you don't cut off your finger like Bayek did, but that was never what it was about. This is a deeply cultish organization that was like, you must sacrifice who you were before and sacrifice your blood to become what you worked before.
Yeah, and then Ezio's like, I ain't doing that. Leonardo's like, yeah, don't worry, I fixed it. You don't need to stick out your finger anymore. I fixed it. I'm Da Vinci, baby. And this is criminal. This is criminal capitalism right here. Right here. Trying to milk people for money that you're not even getting a service. You're literally gatekeeping content like this. When you're locking it behind a season pass, locking behind this stuff, making you pay for it constantly, making you be online constantly. This isn't fun. This isn't what gaming's about. And that's why I said this last week. I'm going to say it again, or I said it during the week, and I'm saying it again right now. Who's going to buy this game? We have several people on this panel who have played either all of it or the majority of the Assassin's Creed franchise. We're out. We're not shelling out that money. Then who is going to buy this game? I said I think this game doesn't even sell 5 million copies.
Oh, I think that's fair.
They're not going to release the sales numbers.
Yeah,
they're going to
I
hide
think that's
those
more
as
than fair.
much as possible.
I mean, do you think this is the end of the franchise now, Jed?
I hope not. There's a lot in production right now, though, so I think we're still going to see more because they have like 3 or 4 projects, like Codename Jade, currently in production and whatnot. But it was actually reported for a long time that Shadows was going to be mobile exclusive. Thankfully, that wasn't true. But they have a lot in production right now, so I think we might see 1 or 2 other games just because they're so far into production. But it might be kind of like a Doctor Who situation where it's like, all right, we're cutting off future funding, but stuff that's in progress will be allowed to conclude.
This is the franchise that made Ubisoft. This is their flagship franchise, and they have basically driven their fan base away. They've driven them away. No, the reaction of actual gamers has been, I would say, universally negative for the past several days since this broke. Nobody asked for this. We asked for a Japanese Assassin's Creed game, but we didn't ask for it with a black dude.
If they'd given us a real protagonist, a Japanese protagonist, I would be tentatively willing to check it out. Because Mirage was terrible, but
but you would be like, okay, I'm gonna get this. I'll play it for the channel, and we can all see what happens together. This, you're not even waste your time.
Oh God, no.
You might as well just go play Black Flag game or something.
Oh yeah. I just 100%ed that for the first time after Mirage came out. I was like, I need to play a real Assassin's Creed game, so I went back and 100%ed Black Flag, and it was phenomenal.
I have to go. I need to go back. I know I didn't 100% it because there are little things. There are tiny little things to do, but I think I made a good outing of it.
Besides Black Flag, the only one I've ever done is Odyssey, and I've actually done that one 2 or 3 times, 100%ed it. But
I 100%ed Odyssey, base game. I came real close on 2. I got every goddamn feather, dude. I got all.
Oh God, I was not that much. I love 2 and Revelation. Revelation's probably close to my favorite, but yeah,
I came real close on Ezio's trilogy to 100%ing those. Came real close, but because I got that, I got those feathers and I was really good because Mama was healed. Mama was healed because I got all the feathers. She was able to talk again.
I actually have some bad news for the last Tulin in the chat. There's a new Prince of Persia game coming out.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. I never really
Why?
Games. I don't know.
That's a very good question.
Well, that's a question. Why? Well, for DEI. That's why. They're going for social media backpats. They're doing it so that they can be praised for all their virtue signaling. Well, guess what? The virtue signaling is going to lose them money. Ubisoft is about to have a very bad year between Shadows and Outlaws. They're about to have a very bad year.
We actually haven't talked about something, Adam, lore-wise with Shadows. Every time that there's been multiple protagonists in a game, they've been related to each other because of the DNA aspect. You need to get DNA from either a descendant or in the case of Valhalla, you found, at what's her bucket, Eivor's corpse. You found the spear tip from Odyssey. So as long as you find the DNA of a person, you can relive that person's memories. So did they get both these characters separate DNA, or are they going to make a baby? Because Syndicate were twins. That was the first time that you had the choice between the two, and then Origins were husband and wife.
You could swap back and forth.
Yeah, you could swap back and forth. That one worked pretty well. I still played as Eevee all the time. But and then Origins, it was a husband and wife, so you're from that bloodline, so you can do both parents. And then Odyssey, your twin or your brother and sister, so that worked. Valhalla doesn't though. Odyssey doesn't work in the different choices too, because it changes the entire game based on who you pick. Whereas at least Origins and Syndicate, the story was the same no matter who you picked. But Valhalla, that one was just weird. I've explained that to you, right, Adam? Why there's a male and a female choice, and that one you can switch back and forth whenever you want. There's even a setting to make it do it randomly switch between.
You didn't tell me that. I thought it was like Odyssey, where you choose one and
those are your three choices, and there you can change it at any point in the settings. But in Valhalla,
fuck Ubisoft, man.
You were an alien, an Isu, who called yourself. You were Odin in the Isu time, who decided to reincarnate as a human. And the DNA is corrupted because you're reincarnated Isu. So the female Eivor is the canonical one, but because your DNA is corrupted with Odin DNA, you can kind of glitch between the two.
It's one thing. I was okay with Cassandra being the lore
canonical
of
canonical. It works better because
it works
that
better.
Voice, I hate the voice of
Cassie worked fine.
I really like Cassie,
but then. In the next one, why not say, okay, now the dude's going to be canonical this time? Just go the other direction. You did it here. Why not go the other direction there?
No, but they're consistently making the female characters in Origins the most important person, or the canonical one after that. It's the female every time.
I'm out. I said I was out. I'm just done. I will cover this stuff, but I ain't playing these games. I ain't wasting my money. I got other games that are probably better that aren't quadruple A, that I'd rather invest my money in going down the line, because damn. All right. Fuck you, Ubisoft. So I'm going to say that. All right, guys, we are done. We're at 2 hours. Let's go on the horn, say our goodbyes, and then I got to get ready for Getting Ranked. So, Jed, what's coming up this week?
Well, I have 2 live streams coming out this Saturday in collaboration with Adam the Renaissance Nerd on my channel. He's going to be streaming them as well. Drive-In for Revenge of the Sith. He'll talk about that in a moment. And then right after that, at 8:30 p.m. on Saturday night Eastern, we are coming back for the next episode of Doctor Who 73 Yards, an episode without Shudigawa's fake doctor. So the viewership's going to be incredible for that. But I'm excited to get through this week of Saturday Night Drive-In, get Revenge of the Sith, the prequel that I actually like, and then we can get on to good movies after that. I'm excited to I've got the next one picked out all ready to go.
Yeah. All right. Dre, what's going on this week?
So this day is going to be pretty full. So I'm getting full swing for my gaming channel. So if you want to support me there, The Brute Plays. Definitely check that out and do all those great YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. So this week we got a lot of Pokemon to play. So I'll be uploading some of my Pokemon versus battles on Tuesday and Thursday if I don't have any retro games to play. So Tuesday and Thursday. Tomorrow, my regular channel, of course, whatever news is popping off Monday morning. And Wednesday, I might have a new independent comic creative team coming together to promote their new book. So that might be on Wednesday. And Friday, whatever news is popping. And so we got ourselves a full week of content to be dropping. So it's going to be pretty full.
All right. Dragon Lady, anything going on this week?
I'm doing my usual simming, so that's mostly it for me.
Okay. Grump, we bid you farewell, my friend, as a regular member. But of course, Grump will remain. He will continue to come on whenever he can. He's not being kicked out of the group, so he will come on when he can. But Grump, once again, we thank you for being here. Tell everybody what you do on your channel.
Well, now that I finally achieved that wonderful fiber internet to where I can stream and do everything at, 1080p, 60 frames, and all of that wonderfulness to where you can actually see what I'm doing. I done gone back to doing long form game streams. So I pick a game and I just play a lot of times. Mondays, I still do a Mario game every Monday if I'm able to. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, random. Fridays, I try to do a scary game for Frightened Friday. And on the weekends is when I generally have one, something like right now I'm playing Grounded, where I'll sit there and might have an 8-10 hour stream of just playing one single game. But if you want to watch somebody lose their mind playing a video game, this is the channel for you, because I lose it often.
All right, man. We love you. We thank you for everything you've done helping us out here. And we're not, it's not the end, but we will see you when we see you. As for myself, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over on the Bielsa Hub doing some Get Ranked. We're ranking candy bars tonight. Yeah, rank candy bars.
Reese's.
That's not a
Oreos.
Oreo is not
Neither
a candy
of
bar.
those are candy bars.
Reese's Cups is close enough.
No,
All right,
no.
You got to introduce this one for me and for Dermy if he's on there. I've never
he's on
seen
tonight.
It.
He's the fat kid. He's on tonight.
So this candy is perfect for him. It was my favorite candy bar growing up. I've never seen it outside of Idaho growing up, but Big Hunk. It's legitimately what it's called. That's perfect for Dermy, but it's really good.
I mean, I can tell you now, I'm good for about 75% of the candy bars on the list. Good for about 70% night. So I'll be there. I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna try and make some noise, make people fight, because that's what Get Ranked is really fun about when we fight. So I'll be there tonight. Other than that, tomorrow is Monday, Mellow Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern. Some point in the next couple days on the gaming channel, Renaissance Road Arcade, going to finish up Stellar Blade. I'm at the end of the game, ready to go. We're going to wrap it up, ready to be done with it. I've enjoyed it immensely. Eve is glorious in her jiggling, but it's time to put that one to bed. Natural 20 on Wednesday. I'm sure I'll be ready to be angry about something by then. Throughout the week, whatever the news brings, I will report on it. Once again, we'll see what the week provides. I'm sure we'll have something to really chew on by next Sunday. But before that, I will be Friday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern on Ball Busters. And then, as Jed said, back here, 6 p.m. Eastern for more Saturday Night Drive-In, where we are finishing up Star Wars month with Revenge of the Sith. And I can't say this now. I said it last time. Say it again. Unfortunately, because of the Doctor Who stream right after, this year there is no time for me to do a Star Wars Day stream on the 25th. I just don't have time between the two different streams and then relaxing. And also, because Chatter Day happens right after it, there's too much conflict of different shows, and I kind of hang out there and chill out and decompress, play video games after we're done streaming all afternoon. So I'm sorry, guys, no Star Wars Day. We'll incorporate a little bit of it into the Revenge of the Sith discussion, I'm sure. Then let's see, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, right back here. The internet will hopefully provide, and we will continue to destroy the shit that has destroyed what we love. Anyway, thank you one and all for being here. We will see you next time. Until then, guys, take it easy. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and have a good night or day wherever you may be.